What's up, guys? This is GShyt, the podcast. Welcome in. As you know, I am Giovanni.
And I'm Ryan Alexander. And today we got my boy RJ Yankovic, owner of Bay Area Sports Performance and Fitness, the Serbian Hawk. And we want to say thank you for allowing us into your space.
Appreciate you boys coming, man. Thank you so much. I love what you guys are doing, and you guys are always welcome here, of course.
Appreciate it, man.
Let's get into it. So you guys know what we do, rapid fire. We're going to get to know RJ a little bit better, so we're going to ask him some rapid fire questions. Ryan, you want to start it off?
You want me to go first?
Do it.
It's the first thing that comes to your mind, so no delayed reactions.
I got you.
Favorite food?
Pizza.
Favorite vacation?
Ooh, Hawaii.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Music or movies?
Music.
Nickelodeon or Cartoon Network?
Cartoon Network. All day long, man. Come on.
First thing you notice when you look at someone?
Shoes.
Ooh, okay.
Favorite music artist?
Drake. Easy.
Certified lover boy, man. Would you rather be Paris or Tokyo?
Tokyo.
Would you rather take a yacht or a jet?
Jet.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
We're going to talk about that.
Oh, boy.
Favorite season of the year?
Fall for sure.
Club or lounge?
Club.
Speak every language or talk to animals?
Animals. That'd be cool.
Favorite subject in school?
Math.
What's the right age to get married?
32.
What's your favorite sport?
Basketball all day long.
Man, he ain't good.
All right, man, that was everything that we had for the rapid fire. Once again, want to welcome you to the podcast. Y'all know, we're actually in his place of business right now. So RJ was kind enough to let us shoot in his gym that he owns here. Is it Clearwater technically? Or?
In Clearwater, right on the border, yep.
Clearwater, so yeah. So all the stuff that you see is what he's built, him and his brother from the ground up, and that's one of the reasons we wanted to shoot here, to show you guys that hard work pays off, you know?
It's a dope facility too, man.
I
Dope.
appreciate you, boys,
Basketball
man.
court on the other side.
So talking about this, you opened June 1st, 2018.
Right.
When you first started, what was the goal?
Well, the goal was to help people. I've been in the fitness industry for about over 8 years, and then I came to that moment where I had to make a decision: do I go corporate, and not work with people, or do I or do I take a step back and then do what I love? What got me into the fitness is helping people and training people. So me and my brother, we both graduated from USF, go Bulls, exercise science degree, and we both got the same background, and we were like, well, we gotta do this, man. So it was only right to do it. And
has that goal changed, or do you still enjoy the helping people part, or is it more?
Enjoy it. I mean, that's what makes us so successful, because we care about our people. You know? You can't be in this industry if you're just gonna kind of go through the motions. You have to be on point. You have to have high energy. You have to be like you guys are, high energy, stuff like that. In videos that I've seen, and you have to be that motivator, but also you have to have, those different hats where you gotta listen to people, because everybody's different, everybody goes through different things.
Yeah.
So you have to kind of be able to adjust and roll with the punches, as they say.
Yeah, we've got a few different things that we've seen. So basketball's been in your background.
Yep.
You've done some golf, strength and conditioning, some boxing we saw.
Yeah.
What else? Is there anything else you put your body through? Any other kind of?
Man, like me and my lady, we like this. We got a Belgian Malwa. She's
Belgian what?
Malwa.
Malwa.
So it's like a German Shepherd, but you
it's a
see them a
dog.
lot as a canine unit. She's like a working dog. So we like the beach runs. We like any like we just got married 3 weeks ago, of course. But like stuff on the beach. That's next. Just active stuff mostly, and then a little bit of drawing. I like drawing samurais for some reason. Yeah, man. I read a couple of books, and then I go to Pinterest, and then I just look through different things, put it all together. It's like a little
Too
hobby.
big to be on Pinterest, man.
I know. But it's like my me time. Sit down and then just draw something out.
Got you. That's pretty cool. The logo for your gym, we obviously have to show it. Is a gorilla, correct? What is that?
Silverback.
Silverback.
Yeah.
What does that mean to you?
So we had a couple ideas. So it was like a wolf, and then we think about like a big old dragon and stuff like that. And then The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, he had this kettlebell with the gorilla on it.
Oh, yeah.
Right, the silverback. So we're like, man, that looks sick. If we can put down the logo, pop out, it'll be a good thing for us. So it just means just They are very powerful, very confident, obviously dangerous. And kind of just we want to have our members and clients,
feel
kind of
powerful.
relate. Yeah, because we want them at the end of the day. I can help you so much as a strength conditioning specialist, but like you gotta take it on your own and kind of own it. So that's kind of the idea behind it.
Gotcha.
But it came from seeing a kettlebell. It works that way sometimes.
We saw, I saw a few videos for you specifically, and like exercise science and research is something that's very, very big for you.
100%.
You saw, there was a study that was taken and only showed, I think, less than 2% of coaches when looking at things. They look at those specifically, like, for science research, some people do YouTube and things like that.
Right.
Why has that exercise and science been so big for you, and how long has that been in your background?
It's crucial. So I graduated from USF in 2012. Bachelor's degree. So I worked with the USF basketball team, and then I ended up working, like I said, corporate level a little bit. In fitness, the easy way to make money is to say, hey, I'll get you shredded in a month, or I'll get you to lose 40, 50 pounds in a month. And that's what people buy because everyone wants a quick fix.
Yeah.
So the exercise science and the science in general is kind of getting pushed to the side because everybody wants that quick buck, quick fix. So everything we do here is based on science. So if I put you through a strength conditioning program, it's a program based on the science, based on what we believe in, nutrition, all that stuff. It has to come together for the human body to respond the way it should be. So we don't cut corners. It's a slow grind, of course. When our members come to our facility here, we offer a complimentary assessment where we cover everything in detail, from the injuries, the goals, nutrition. We measure their weight. We use the body fat caliper. We pinch your skin so you can get a little bit, as close as measurements as possible. And then we cover that aspect of like this takes time. I'm not gonna sell you a dream and then and crush them a month later when you don't hit your goals. And you'll see a lot of, especially in Instagram and social media, people posting a lot of things, they're shredded and stuff like that, and then people buy into it, but it doesn't work because they don't follow those fundamentals of science and what works.
And it's hard to keep up with too, because you go through that program 1 month, but as soon as you're away from your coach, it's like, I'm gonna go back to the same habits.
People don't spend, like most professionals don't spend time coaching and teaching. And we focus on that here as much as possible.
I know you mentioned you started in 2012. I feel like that's right around the time when like me and you met, when I was dunking on you and stuff like that.
No, I never done. Stop.
You know what I'm saying?
See, that's
right around the.
Oh boy,
don't let the people.
This
please.
man is worse.
Don't let the people.
Then what's his name? LeVar Ball when it comes to shooting. Like I average like 15, 16 rebounds a game.
No, you about to cap. It's all cap.
He can jump though. I gotta tell a quick story about. We took a trip to Virginia. I was a traveling team at USF, so we played a team. So I'm not sure if you know about this, but so we were just the guys that know each other in gym. So we came in there. We had little jerseys and stuff. So here comes this team, pulls up with the bus, and
they had everything,
the videos and stuff like that are coming out. So they blow us out by 20, right? And he's upset with referees and stuff. So after the game, he goes down the court, does the windmill through his legs, dunks it. Everybody like stopped. Like you can hear the ball bouncing. So he can jump.
I think that was like their home court too. I think we was in Old Dominion University, and they was like their like B team. We got crushed. So I was like, man, fuck this. I was mad, man. But as far as his jumper goes, it's a suspect. I'm sure you guys know him. It's that's cat, man.
He's a good guy though.
I mean, I'm gonna stop letting you lie on me. Let me. What I was originally gonna ask before you started lying to the people, we don't really on this podcast a lot of y'all too often. Your philosophy, I know when I used to ask you about fitness, was always like calories in, calories out. Is there more of and you talk about the science, a focus on or how you go about your sports fitness or sports conditioning with your patients?
Right. So like every client is different. So when we do that assessment, we will figure out their goals and where they want to go with it. Now, if someone wants to lose weight, I'm not gonna have them, doing sports related sprints and crazy stuff like that. There's no need for that. We're trying to get them as active as possible, moving, work on their nutrition. So everybody's different. So let's say, for example, if you want to jump higher, like we'll put you through a progressive program where we overload your body, so we can get you a little bit stronger, more powerful. So there's phases to it.
Gotcha.
So everybody's different. If that answers your question. So we adjust based on our clients' needs, and then we make those adjustments as we go through the program. So, for example, every 4 weeks we do what's called a reassessment. So we measure your weight, your body fat percentage in inches, and then let's say if I'm training Ryan, he wants to jump higher, I would measure his baseline vertical jump, which is probably in the 40s now. He's probably still doing the guy's 40-inch vertical.
Still has a
Probably, but and then every 4 weeks I remeasure it to see if we're making improvements. And that's something that me and you kind of touched on that you saw on our page, is that we give shout outs to our members when they obviously see results, and when they're working hard, kind of reward them with that. But so we don't hide results. So if you've seen results, we're gonna post it, and I'm not gonna obviously lie about, oh, Ryan lost, gained 30 pounds. And it's like Ryan's like, come on, man, you can't, people's gonna really ask me questions. But so to answer your question, everybody's different, and the programming for every member is different. And as we go, we change it and we reassess and change and reassess, and we keep helping those members reach their goals.
That process that you're talking about right now is something like, when I look at it, it's something that's very methodical. You're very on purpose with every single one of your actions.
Right.
Where do those qualities come from? Is that something that was instilled in you when you were a kid? Was there someone that gave that to you, or have you just always been like, hey, you gotta grind, you gotta work hard,
Well, I'm from Serbia, so when I came here, we came 2001 September 10th, so the day before the attack.
Wow.
Yeah, that was scary. So we came at 10 o'clock at night, and I woke up in the morning and I turned on TV, and then the first building was hit. So I was like, okay, what is this? Like, I didn't know if it was live or not. And then the people we were staying with, they're like, yo, this is live. So where we come from, like it's all about hard work. My dad was a police officer. My mom was always a hard worker. My grandpa always worked on farm. So we came here. It used to be a civil war back home, and we come here to another war and stuff like that. And you get faced with a lot of challenges. So wherever we went, we were just always all about hard work and staying positive and pushing through, challenges. Because at the end of the day, you can't fold and give up.
Right.
So. To answer your question, my parents, for sure, they always, I saw them working hard. They held us accountable in school. We had to be respectful in school. It's just that culture of being a small country and always fighting to, be somebody. But most importantly, making my parents and my last name proud. Yeah. So when you speak of me, it's like, oh, okay, that's RJ. He works hard. He does good in the community. That's what I want to be known on, and not somebody that's a bad person or that doesn't want to help people.
Gotcha. I mean, you talk about this is going to be kind of a two-part question, because you kind of mentioned the community aspect to what you do, and obviously. It seems like most of your purpose is making sure that the people that come here also leave with some sort of empowerment, feeling like they can do more, feel better. Right. What sort of fitness is it that you all focus on, and two, what type of people is it that you all want to attract to this gym?
So our primary focus is athletes, right? So we have anywhere from basketball kids, as you guys just saw. We have football players. I train a professional boxer. He just won on Thursday. He's 13 now. Mark Reyes. Shout out to Mark Reyes Jr. He's local. You guys check him out. So athletes, but then also general population. So we our doors are open to everybody. So because of our education and our flexibility to make the programs and adjust to our members, we can literally train anybody. Gotcha. But focus is athletes, because we play sports, and I did judo when I was younger. So athletes, but also general population as well.
I was gonna say, just in the time that we've been here, I think we've seen people come in from work, dropping their kids off. Right. People who are in their 20s, 30s, 40s. You're working with everybody. Right. That's absolutely great to see. You talked about how you track the progress of your members a little bit early on. Why are you so passionate about helping these people out specifically? What is it about giving back that gets you going?
Well, my days are long, as well as my brothers. I usually get up around 5 o'clock in the morning.
In the morning?
Yeah. So I've been up since 5. So it's 8:41 right now. Okay. So, but it's very rewarding. It's when you get somebody that comes to you and says, man, I've been struggling for 10, 15 years. I can't lose weight. Or a kid comes to me, he's like, man, coach, I just want to touch the rim and dunk. You know? So like, and when you see them do that, and when you see them, you know, get that scholarship, when you see people lose weight, when you see them like happy, like it gives me that. I mean, I got chills right now. It just like it makes my job easy. It's not. I don't see it as a job. You know, it's enjoyable. So we want to help people, you know, feel better, get better, and that makes us keep pushing through each and every single day.
Yeah, you work with the youth a lot. You just mentioned, you know, and I seen it with my own eyes, like kids probably from the age of 8 all the way up to 15, and you're working on their game. Is that one of your favorite areas, and why is that like a focus of your gym?
So the basketball, obviously, Serbians are really good in basketball. Unless we're playing U.S. We finished second last World Championship and Olympics, and we got beat by U.S. Unfortunately, had to face you guys. But we just grew up, you know, with basketball. So and my brother played college ball. I played high school and with you in college a little bit. So we love the game so much, it's one of the most beautiful games you can play. It's fast paced. It's not boring. You have different specialists from, you know, dunkers, post scorers, you got 3-point, you know, shooters. So we just love the sport, and then we're like, man, growing up, we wanted to have a court. And then, you know, you couldn't afford it back home, or you would go on the basketball court, there's no rims because people take them down. And then this place opened up late December last year. So the guys moved out. It was like a little car shop, and then we called our landlord and said, no, we gotta get this place. And my brother's like, let's get this basketball court in there. So we have a half basketball court in there.
That's awesome.
And it's sick.
Yeah, we're just gonna grow it from here. We want to see these kids succeed, and we got some killers, man. They're gonna be dominating the county in a couple of years.
I think that's dope, because sometimes you'll see gyms of this style, and they're very much so like about one thing. They're like, hey, we're just doing CrossFit. It's only for 20 or 30-year-olds, but you are able to accept, you know, so many different types of people, because you recognize, like, you know, they're going to grow up and they need these exact same resources just as anybody else. I think that's awesome. And talking to like that and maybe your journey and how it ties to it, on GShyt, we like to talk about some of the struggles as well, because somebody may look at you and they say, oh, RJ, he's successful, he has his own gym, he's got a basketball court next door. It obviously happened overnight. It's like, no, it didn't happen like that. Was there ever a point in your life where you almost lost that vision, or you felt like giving up, or you had some obstacles that were really, really tough to overcome? And what was that like?
Never giving up. Like, there's no way. Like, we would have like went through a wall to like succeed. So literally. But man, when we first opened, like I had literally 0 clients. So like, okay, so
I know I hit you up and was like, how much? Yeah, I'm good.
Well, it went up since then, just a little bit. Online training, but we do that as well. So like, okay, so what we're gonna do is, so we use social media as a platform. Believe it or not, in 2.5 years being open, we only spent $50 on advertisement, and we ran the ads. That's it. So everything is word of mouth, guerrilla marketing. Just like you kind of contacted me, say, RJ, what do you think about the podcast and stuff like that? I'm like, man, I've been following it since you posted it. You know? I'm like, I'm down. I would love to meet you guys, you know, meet you more and do it. So it was times, man, like when you want something so bad, and then at the end of the day, like, man, like, did I do enough today to get that next member? Because with fitness, the hardest thing is education. Because tying back what I said earlier is everybody wants that quick fix. And, you know, and that's why I offer these assessments that's about an hour with me, free assessments, is to educate people and tell them, hey, this is how it should be. Because there's not a lot of that, unfortunately, now in our world. So that was my biggest challenge, is trying to get that education part to our potential members, and to educate them. But, you know, thankfully, like, you know, we got a strong backbone from my parents. And working with my brother is definitely a blessing. You know, it's somebody that, you know, I'm very close with. You guys are, you know, very close, good friends. So it's somebody I can trust. But then also, you know, the woman that I married, Jill, my wife. You know, it's, you know, when I get home after a long day, you know, I always have somebody that I can say, man, like, am I missing something? And she'll give me her input, you know, and then I get recharged, boom, let's get back into it, you know. So that having that support system definitely helped through those tough times. You know, definitely the virus, we were shut down for 2.5 months. You know, I didn't charge anybody a dime because you know we don't know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know? So you're just sitting there in your house, you're like, man, like what's the next step? You know, and I'm sure you guys felt the same way. And but yeah, man, you just gotta kind of put your back against the wall and just keep going forward. I mean, what's the worst can happen? You know,
Yeah.
if you fail, just keep going forward.
You mentioned a couple of things, having a support system, you know, coming in here because you love to do this every day. What motivates you, or, you know, where does your enthusiasm for this come from?
Right.
We're gonna say, like, every time you're with a client, you know, you always got that energy. Being
Yes.
up since 5 a.m., how do you keep that going?
Yeah.
all the
Right.
time, man?
It's you get used to it after a while. You know, I've always been a hard worker, man. Like like I'm not afraid to, you know, get my hands dirty. I'm not
Yeah.
afraid to work. But you know, tying back to, you know, helping people. You know, it's you know, that client that you just saw me, the last client, that was the first session. So, you know, just taking baby steps. You know, educating her and you're showing her the right form. You know, she exercised before, but she never been exposed to like doing things correctly.
Yeah.
You know, so that teaching aspect, it's always involving. You know, with the kids, you know, teaching them, you know, how to jump a lane safely, how to take off correctly.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, having, you know, parents send those clips and say, oh, he's doing that, what you taught him and stuff. You know, so like all of that accumulates throughout a day. And just gives you the energy to keep going, you know, keep
Yeah.
working hard. And it's, if you find something that you love, like you guys doing the podcast, and you know, it's easy, man. You know, just enjoy, and the time just kind of goes and flies,
Yeah.
and you know, and you have fun with it.
With all that being said, what has been your proudest moment thus far in this journey?
Oh man, there's a lot of them,
Go ahead,
but
let's talk about it.
as far as with the fitness, it's just taking that risk. Because I you know, I came from a job where, you know, I had a solid pay. You know, I ran a couple of gyms. So it was like, man, like, do I take this chance? Right? You know, because I knew that there was gonna be a pay cut. Like, I'm not gonna walk in here and start making, you know, millions and
Yeah.
training and Tony around. You know, it's not gonna happen. You know, so just taking that risk, I would say that was one of my proudest moments. Just, you know, me and my brother saying, you know what, let's do this. You know, because like I said, what's the worst can happen? We know we're gonna work hard. We know we believe in what we want to do. We are educated. That, and then and just seeing all my clients achieve their goals.
Yeah.
You know, there's like when I post those things, right? You look at it, man, that guy or girl is killing it, or that kid is like jumping high and all these things. But there's like struggles like that we go through, you know, from session to session, from you know, eating correctly, or having cheat meals. You know, I mentioned one of my favorite foods is pizza. You know, being a strength conditioning coach, you know, you don't hear
Calorie
that, you know.
in, calorie out.
Being honest, though. Just,
Yeah, but you know, but just seeing my clients, you know, achieve their goals, it's another one of my proudest moments, because it's always about them. Like, yes, we put the programs together. Yes, we, you know, challenge them, we hold them accountable. But like when they do it, it's like, thanks, coach. I'm like, no, it's not me.
Yeah.
It's you. You're the one that you know, that's doing it. So I would say that
That's
as well.
dope as hell. You talked about the programs. Tell us what you offer here, and I'm just being selfish because I kind of want to know what all the programs you offer, and then I'll follow up on like your personal fitness goals and how you personally, how this all ties into, you know, you staying healthy and, you know.
Gotcha. Well, we have anywhere from one-on-one training to buddy training. So we used to have group training and boot camps, but we shut those down due to the COVID. So we're trying to keep as low numbers of people in the gym as possible. So the averages you guys seen today in here with me was maybe 5 at a time, which you guys included. And then the kids, we keep the kids between 7 to 10. And then, you know, parents keep their distance and stuff like that. So we have one-on-one training, buddy training. We got sports training. So kind of skill training development. We have agility classes that we offer. And we also have online training as well. Which is very, very popular in our gym. So yeah, if that answers your question.
What kind of sports do you guys train on? Is it mostly basketball, or are there other ones that you guys have been able to dive into?
Different sports. Like I have a pro boxer. He's awesome. You guys gotta follow him. You gotta get behind him. Really good people. A really good person. Does a lot for the community. Football player. I have a current Division I player in Army. We have basketball players. From baseball players, I mean, you name it, any sport, we have them. But when it comes to programming, Like agility and stuff like that, yes, there's certain like a sport specific stuff you can do to help them take off from the base to base or to get them to jump high and stuff like that. But when it comes to like training them, like it really is like the same philosophy. We don't get cute with our workouts. It's based on science. This is what works. If it doesn't, we make those adjustments. So that education part definitely helps, so we can, adjust to, different group of people, but as well as their sport specific needs.
How has opening this gym and doing all this and everything involved in fitness affected you personally? From going from like corporate to like, hey, I'm opening my own thing now. Like, how have those things affected you in your life and your journey?
And I'll follow up because like I just recently put a boxing bag in my living room. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy this bag. Put a couple weights in my home, and like I just haven't found the motivation to like get up and do it. Like I can't. You know what I mean? As soon as I got it, I was super excited. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hit this bag because it had to be something I enjoyed doing. Right. I don't know how you personally, wake up every day at 5 a.m. and like, you know what? I work out with people all day long. Now it's my turn.
Gotcha. So, like, I'm sure you guys see motivation videos and see the quotes and stuff like that. That works, in my opinion, and from my experience, for such a short period of time, right? So what I found that works best for me and my clients is discipline and commitment to our goals and what we said we're gonna do. So, yes, I get up early and I work all day, and then I might go upstairs and take a nap, right? My brother walks in and usually takes a picture of me and stuff. I'm like, but to recover. But for me I know that like, the health and fitness is very important to me. One of my biggest motivations for me to stay active is my grandpa that passed away. He had complications with diabetes and heart disease and stuff like that back home. So like that like he was my dude. Like I grew up with him and going to farm and hunting and doing all these things. And when he passed, like man, like if I just could like help him, because he was in Serbia, I'm here, like I don't know what to do. So there's those days when I'm like, man, maybe I should skip a day and I'll come on my day off. I'm like, no, like get after it. Your health is important to you. So I stay disciplined and committed. And then obviously having, my brother here holds me accountable, my wife, my parents, my dad. European parents are rough, man. Like, my mom is like, what you been doing? I said, what do you mean, Mom? She said, well, I'm like, Mom, it's like, I'm, bulking up, so, or my dad, when I play basketball, I said, man, like, you missed like, 4 or 5 free throws. I'm like, yeah, I had an off game. He said, well, there's also a chess club I can put you in. So, parents are rough, man, so they don't hold back, so.
RJ, one of the things that we noticed on your website in the about was what your focuses are. So specifically, you guys focus on injury prevention first, and then you follow that with secondary fitness goals. What's the important, and how did that come about? So
what that comes from like a strength conditioning. That's like the baseline. The first thing you learn is you want to keep your athletes and your members on the floor. They play football, soccer, basketball, healthy. As well as your clients, you want to make sure that they are functioning throughout the day, because people have responsibilities, have jobs, got kids and stuff like that. So the injury prevention is the number one goal. It should be a number one goal from every strength conditioning specialist or personal trainer. So basically, doing the assessment that I mentioned earlier, I go through muscular imbalances. So I have them do a squat, push up, and a couple other tests to see how their body is responding. So a lot of people have isometric weight shift where they're using, let's say, like the right side more than the left, or like if they're more flexible in the right side than the left. So if you're doing a bench press and one side is tighter, now we putting strain on your joints. We don't want to do that, right? So we dissect all of that and we put it into that programming, right? So I always tell my clients the number one goal is to keep you safe, make sure we prevent injuries in the long run. But then second goal is if you're going to get faster, if you're going to lose weight, then we kind of work on that as well. Gotcha. So kind of everything comes together from programming, nutrition, and everything has to be put together to work.
As soon as you bring these prices down, I'll be out here.
They're not that bad. They're not that bad, man. You can go to all these corporate gyms and I guarantee you they're almost time and a half more than that. So
I'm joking, man. You guys have a dope facility. You're doing it for the right reasons. You're working with, such a wide range of, people. You have the kids that you support, and they all look like they're enjoying themselves. Your gym is, it seems family oriented.
Right.
You know what I mean? Obviously, it's a family business. You started it with your brother, and you already started expanding with putting a gym into your facility almost immediately. What's next? What's the long-term goal?
Oh man, well, I'm sure we're gonna be here for a couple more years. One of these guys next door shut down, we take over the whole thing. But like, we based our business plan based on IMG. So will I get as big as IMG or bigger? Obviously, we don't know that, but that I like to set my goals high. So we're gonna work hard to get to that goal, and then if we come up short, but it'll be better than the average. Right. So from service, from the culture, we obviously don't want to lose that, but we definitely want to get bigger eventually. Start adding other strength conditioning specialists, nutritionists, physical therapy, all that stuff eventually one day. So that's kind of our vision, is to keep that culture, which I'm very, very proud of, with me and my brother, but also add more people to our team so we can help even more people in our community.
That culture that you guys have created is amazing, and maybe for people who are growing up like you, or people who have similar dreams and things like that, GShyt really focuses on being able to give back to that audience and show them, hey, there's someone like you that did it. So for you, what kind of advice would you give to those trying to also maybe come up in this industry, who grew up like you, similar issues, similar things? What would you give them?
Well, you just gotta take a risk. You gotta work, you gotta grind it out. I mean, like you guys, I see you everywhere. It's 9 o'clock, but take a risk, and there's gonna be days when it's tough, and you're gonna you might question yourself, like, man, am I on the right track, or am I missing something? What helps me is what I from Dwayne Johnson, The Rock, is one of my favorite quotes of his is, you just put your back against the wall, keep going forward, take the risk, and just keep working hard, keep going forward, stay positive, get that support system around you. That way, like when tough times do come, you have something to fall back on, and you have that confidence that no matter what happens, that you'll be able to get through eventually.
Absolutely. I mean, when you guys start hiring trainers, man, I could do about it. All right, never mind, I quit.
Oh, there you go. He didn't stretch.
RJ, we definitely want to say thank you for having us here at your place of business, taking the time to give us this great information and insight to what you do on a daily basis. So just for me, I want to say thank you. Rade, you got anything else you want to close out with?
Like I said, man, dope facility. The culture seems to be there. You're doing everything right. We appreciate your time, and from us to you, keep pushing, man. We want to be able to have you on our podcast feature when you're bigger and better and doing, doing this next to Dwayne. Yeah, man.
I like it.
So
I appreciate you boys stopping by, man. You guys are doing a great thing. Keep it up. I love the energy you guys have. Just keep pushing forward, man. I love what you guys are doing. You definitely got me as a supporter.
GShyt, man.
See you guys next time on GShyt.